All right. Hello and welcome back to the Crypto Genesis channel. My name is Nico van der Berg, and today we are going to talk about Bitcoin. I'm going to jump into my screen here, and I've got Bitcoin on the daily chart. Just want to move myself over here. So I've got Bitcoin on the daily chart, and something very interesting happened yesterday. After yesterday's dump, what I noticed is that Bitcoin came and tested this support level. Oh dear, don't want to move it. There we go. Came and tested this support level, which has been support in the past before. And if we go a little bit into the history, it's been resistance a few times as well as support once, there, resistance there, support there. So this was quite a significant level. And this does line up with the bottom of our falling channel. So if you look at this trend line of our falling channel, that is exactly where it more or less lines up with. So this is a pivotal point in the market, and I'm almost sure this does line up with some Fibonacci level. Let's just get to a different chart here so I can pull in my Fibonacci's. Where did I pull this from? I wanted to pull it from there. Okay, there we go. So if you look at this, it doesn't line up with any any Fibonacci levels whatsoever. However, what I do want to point out is the fact that we technically closed the daily candle above the 61.8% retracement level. So let's go back to this chart. Let's get in a Fibonacci retracement here and see if that holds true. This is interesting. Okay, so from our swing low to our swing high right there. Goodness me, what is happening here? Just want to make sure that this is take an off log scale in this example. There we go. And did we close above the 61.8? We closed above the 61.8% retracement level. So that's a positive sign. The bulls can actually make a case with that, given that we have closed a daily candle above our 61.8% retracement level after that big push to the downside. Um, so that's a positive sign. That does show that the bulls can have some play still happening here. So with that said, let's have a look at the weekly chart, if there's anything that we can see in regards to market structure, as well as our major moving averages. As you can see, you could say this is a bull flag on the weekly chart. You could see this as a bull flag, and technically speaking, bull flags do tend to break to the upside. And if this is a bull flag, we can have a measured move from our first impulsive move. We can have a measured move, if I can just keep it like that. Technically speaking, we should have a measured move from this. So if Bitcoin does break out to the upside, this would line up with, oh, excuse me, I actually want to take it off log scale if I want to do a measured move. Here we go. So our impulsive move right there. If we do see a breakout, we should be coming up to about $18,000. That's if we do a measured move from this being a bull flag. And that's maybe a figure to keep in the back of your heads. This could be something that's playing out over the long term. Um, the fact that Bitcoin has now closed a daily candle above the 61.8% retracement does make me think that we could see that bounce that I was talking about back up into the 7,900 to 8,100 level, and perhaps see a shorting opportunity from that point. It does line up with the 55 exponential moving average right here. And we see that Bitcoin is currently holding the 100 exponential moving average. So with that being said, it does look like we are being supported around this level. If I put on the volume profile quickly and I have a sip of my tea, it does look like some kind of support's happening here on the weekly chart. To be quite honest, it does look like this is the start of a support. So the support would end around about $6,200. So that would come to my target. That would point towards my target of around about 6,200 to about 5,800. Okay, so let's see if anything lines up. Here again, if we do get a break to the upside and we do see some kind of bounce happening here, I'll be targeting a move up into the $7,900 mark to $8,100. And I'll be looking for a reason to enter a short position right there. But let's actually go down to a lower time frame. And on the 4 hour, we can see that we are seeing some kind of volume happening in the zone on the 4 hour. That's pretty cool. If I switch off that, it does look like we could see a potential RSI divergence, a bullish divergence. It hasn't played out yet. So what I would like to see is something like this, maybe a double bottom and with a higher low on the RSI. If we can see that, I would consider that as a bullish divergence. And that would be more of an entry reason for me. But then again, I'm not a fan of trading against the trend. The only reason why I took that long position, which I was public about, is because we did come and did line up with our long-term trend line. So if I pull in that trend line again, you will see what I mean. That line up with this trend line. Unfortunately, we did break this trend line to the downside now, and that's ultimately what made me a little bit more on the bearish side at the end of the day, is the fact that we did break this trend line to the downside. And I was expecting some support around, like I've said in some of my previous videos, around this area to act as support. If we do put on our volume profile one more time, we can see that there's a lot of volume uh, trades being taken in this zone. So I really did think that we would be looking at a bounce around about that area. But like I said, don't trade my opinions, and I'm more than happy to take losses because losses are part of trading, and that puts me in the position to open up a better position in the market at the end of the day. So if I take a loss, at least my money is now on the sideline. So now I can see, okay, now this is more a probable trade than the previous trade. So there's always a good thing uh, when you lose a trade. There's always a silver lining, because that puts you in a position to open up a better position. That's the point I'm trying to make. So anything really that we can talk about Bitcoin at the moment? Not really, actually. It's not much happening except for the fact that we're holding the 100 exponential moving average on the weekly chart. We are holding the support level of around about $6,795. It's also the bottom of this falling channel, which is a very positive thing. It means that we are possibly playing out a bull flag here. And a bull flag, like I said, could have that measured move all the way back up to $18,000. Now, remember, this is the weekly chart, so this could take a couple of months to play out to 18,000. I mean, 18,000, let's just have a look here. From this impulsive move all the way to the top of Bitcoin was about a 320% move, right? So if we were to take a measured move from here and do another 320%, it would be $30,000. So $18,000 comes in round about another 160% probable trade. So I do think we will hit a major resistance level around the all-time high for Bitcoin. If we go to a monthly chart, I'll show you what levels I'll be looking at as major resistance. Anything from 2019 high all the way up to our 2017 high. This is going to be major resistance for Bitcoin, and I think we are going to probably make a move back up there and probably go sideways here for another couple of months before we see the next proper move to the upside again. But remember, that's my opinion, so please don't trade my opinion and don't take this as trading advice. I'm just sharing with you what levels I'm keeping track of and what I'm looking at when I'm opening these charts every single day. So the fact that we are respecting these moving averages at these pivotal points inside of this channel does make me think that this is a bull flag. Then those typically break to the upside. That's why they're called a bull flag. But in cryptocurrency land, I have to say that sometimes, sometimes the market just does what it does. That's why I'm not that keen on trading patterns, but some patterns work, and if they work, trade them. So short term, still pretty much the same levels I spoke about yesterday. We could see, like I just said, a double bottom and then a push to the upside. Maybe this middle trend line here of the falling channel would be our first resistance point to bring Bitcoin into my target round about $6,200 to $5,800. And maybe this is what pushes Bitcoin to break out finally and continue with its parabolic advance. This is the worst performing year of Bitcoin prior to the halving, except for one time, and I'll have to go to the BLX index. I'll have to go to the BLX index to show this. I don't think I have any drawing tools on here. Okay, so let's go to the weekly chart. And now what I want to point out here is Bitcoin from its high that it made in 2019 to the ultimate low right now was 50% retracement. So Bitcoin usually, like I said in yesterday's video, Bitcoin usually does about a 30 to 40% retracement in a bull market. So if technically speaking, if we're in a bull market, we shouldn't see such an intense retracement. Shouldn't, wouldn't, couldn't. We are actually. So let's stick to what's happening. But I want to point out this. Some people have been telling me about what happened in this 2013 bull cycle, but I want to kind of zoom in here and see what the retracement was. I know it was a big retracement. I think Bitcoin actually did way more than 50%. Bitcoin actually did a 80% retracement in 2013. But for me, it's like I said in yesterday's video, I do think we have entered a bear market. So this would have been a bear market. If we do go down to the daily chart, we'll probably see some downtrends happening around that area. A major downtrend happening around that area. So let's see. Almost there. Here we go. So let's see. This is what I mean. We started making well, not really a downtrend. This does look like it was consolidation, to be quite fair. I mean, we didn't break any of these major moving averages to the downside. We didn't break the 200 simple moving average. We did, but then we got bought straight back up. And this is typically what a bear market looks like. We typically break below moving averages, and we continue to trend down. So that's very interesting to see, actually. Like right now, we've broken through all these major moving averages to the downside. Last time that happened was in March 2018. So we are seeing maybe we could be in for one last dump back into that target that I've been speaking about. Okay, so let's jump into some traditional markets real quick. Let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. Gold is currently at this resistance point. It acted as a previous support, is now a resistance. And it's to be expected that gold should come around back down round about the $1,400 an ounce mark, maybe even lower than that. I would actually not be surprised if gold falls back into this pocket right here. If gold comes back into this pocket right there, that would possibly be a proper bounce from that area. And I'm sure if we do work our Fibonacci's in here, it should line up with a major level. So let's see how gold does perform after it does quite a run up. Which level on the Fibonacci tool does it actually respect? And go from our swing low to our swing high. And it looks like gold kind of works on the 38.2% retracement level. So let's have a look at where we are currently. 38.2% level. We pull it from our swing low to our swing high. This is our 38.2% level where we have seen a bounce. So you know, I'll be looking for what happens next. I do think that gold is going to push down here, and in my opinion, gold should come back down to about $1,440 an ounce, and then perhaps we'll reevaluate from there. Let's have a look on the RSI. RSI does look like it wants to give us a little bit more down. We had a little bit of hidden divergence on the RSI pointing to the downside. We did have the bearish divergence right there, that pointed that this could have been a top right there. So yeah, RSI is not giving us much, to be honest, right now, except for maybe a continuation play. So I do think this does push back lower. So that's on gold. Let's have a look at Nasdaq, Nas 100 first, and here we go. So I do like the close of this daily candle, this previous daily candle. It does show that we're probably going to move a little bit of sideways. Anything on the RSI? I think we have one last push to the upside. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this does push one more time to the upside. And how high could it push? Well, we can technically take a measured move off of this ascending triangle. And we can say that our measured move should bring Nas 100 around about 8,500. So I'd be 8,500 would be a good zone for us to look at. So let's do this. Let's draw it in here and say anything inside that green box would be, in my opinion, the final push to the upside before we see some sideways movement or a proper retracement. So if we do see a retracement from that level, let's say we top out somewhere around about there. Let's just have a look at this level here first. And let's just put this bag on log scale. Yeah, we might see a little bit of sideways movement, like I said, but I do believe that we're going to see a bounce back up and make our final push to the upside. And I'll be targeting a move to around about there. It's looking pretty good. We are above all major moving averages, so that to me is usually a bullish sign. Over on Nasdaq itself, it is looking good. We have made a higher high than these previous highs, and we are still making higher lows around about this area here. And I do believe we do see another push to the upside. Let me see. I think we're going to have one last push to the upside. I don't have any targets on that. I would probably just target around the 107 and 60 cents mark. Let's have a look at the Dow Jones. Here we go. Dow Jones, I think in one of my previous videos I said I do think we see a bounce right around here. I do think we have one final leg to the upside, and I'm targeting this 28,376 zone to be the target. We could actually take the same kind of measured move from this ascending triangle, and we can say that that could be our next target. So we broke out right around there. So yeah, I would say around this zone would be a good place to take some profits. I do think we're going to see some sideways movement there, some consolidation, and then a push down, or maybe just a retracement, excuse me. And then maybe I should talk a little bit about silver. Silver is probably coming down as well. Silver does look like it wants to come down to test around the $16.24 mark. It could find a bounce around here. Actually, it looks like silver might do a bounce back here, so we might see it come back down to about $16.62 or 60 cents, 61 cents, right around this pocket right here. And then I do think that silver might see a bounce there. Same as gold. I think that actually does put me into the idea that gold might not come as low as I thought it would. We might see gold make a bounce right in this pocket here as well. Gold might be bouncing around this pocket, so keep an eye on that. We'll do video updates as that goes along. But just to end off the video, I'm just gonna go through Bitcoin one last time and just be clear on the targets that I've got set. First things that I'm going to be looking at is let's go over to the 4-hour chart. I want to see some kind of 4-hour close above this resistance level, then maybe a continuation to the upside. And then as soon as we're in this pocket right here, I'll be looking for a reason to short the market. On the 4-hour chart, like I said, I do expect maybe that we don't break to the upside yet. Maybe we do come back down and form like a double bottom here. It is a tradable move in my opinion. This would be a tradable move, and I probably will look at trading that as a bullish divergence on the 4-hour. But then again, I don't like trading smaller time frames. The smallest I will go is about a 6-hour or a 12-hour, and it does kind of suggest the same thing to me. It kind of does suggest that we do see a little bit of a relief rally to the upside, and then I'll be going short around about this pocket. And then my first targets, if I do enter a short position in this area, my first target would be this $7,400 area. If we do continue lower, you know what my targets are: 5,800 to 6,200. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like the content and you like the analysis, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And please share the videos. If you find this helpful, maybe someone else will. And if you are a trader out there, I know it's a difficult market, especially in cryptocurrency at the moment. So keep your head flat and straight, and keep your risk management tight, obviously, and stay in the green. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye bye.